This is a brief overview for the Halo Wargame app. Haven't really decided on the name yet. Halo Command and Control is the TBD name. What this is a dashboard and auto roller put together for the Halo GM Run Wargame campaign. And what you're looking at is I call it beta. We're really probably still in alpha. But the main campaign dashboard right here, which will have your name as well as orders that the GM will send to you, which is me. You can ask for tasking, which will then ping me in my GM tabs to be able to task you out. You will have a saved ship format where you can go and take out and look at all the different ships you have, as well as your ground units that you saved before, which I'll go over here briefly. And then a kind of basic how to operate. I might move this elsewhere because there is a rulebook section here that goes over what the app does completely, as well as the flow of how to, once you're logged in, how to use the GM campaign setup, how the combat works, how the fleet battles work and the ground battles work, strike craft, point defense, all of this information. There's been a lot built into this app, and it's been able to grow from what I originally wanted to do. So there is now a master fleet editor as of right now, where you can look at all your saved fleet files. You can delete them. You can, if you save one like this one, you can submit it for the campaign, and then I will review it manually and take a look at it. You can build 1 to 10 ships based on different categories: capital, cruiser, and small. We have quite a few ship options here for all classes, both cannon and Fanon. And we can see here, I even added one based on feedback, the Artemis. This is from Fanon as well. And then you also have small escort ships as well, with quite a few options. I wanted to give people as many options as they could to have a fun campaign experience. You can also manually choose ship files. So let's pick this, for example. And from here you can see, this is not the Punic obviously, but you can manually upload those. You can also name them, so we can call this UNSC Strike First. And then if you want to, you can ask it to auto build. If you don't want to go through and pick all your slots, it'll randomly pick stuff. But most of these have placeholder images. And you can go look at all these different main weapon options. And then you have support options. Right now these are definitely not completely fleshed out. Some of them are supporting the battles, some of them are supporting the campaign, but overall you have options for building out your ships essentially the way you like, and you can see exactly what these all do. The damage and the rolls are going to be TBD. They're very not well balanced right now, but there is an option, I will be updating those down the road as well. Same thing with all the fighters and the strike craft. They are not balanced as of right now. There's only 1 bomber and 3 fighters, but you have options here for plenty of things: AA, strike craft, E-war, armor upgrades, and then a point defense upgrade as well. So there's going to be way more support options and more payload options coming, probably more weapons as well, but for right now this is what it is. This is how many slots each of your ships has for each section. Since this is the Punic, this I think is one of the largest ones we have overall. But then you have like the Infinity, which has quite a few slots. I just proved myself wrong there. And so anyways, you can pick how many ships you want. I believe it gives you 10 total, and you don't have to fill all of them out either. There is a way for, maybe I removed that in one of the updates, but there will be an option to essentially choose as many ships as you want. Oh, right here. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. So here you can choose how many ships you want in your fleet. So the fleets for the campaigns are TBD, but overall, I will give you the information, and you can also take these to the combat testing, where there are, you could do ground battles or fleet battles, and you can have some of our test battles that are lined up, or you can choose a completely random encounter based on who you want to fight, and it'll make 1 to 5 ship fleets based on literally randomness. And then you get to name your battle report for your battle, the name of the battle. So battle for Earth, and then you can also say, all right, this is in the Sol system, and then where exactly this is Earth orbit, and then we're in planetary orbit. This is just for your records, and again, it'll make sense more in the campaign to get this detailed. And we can do a Covenant random encounter over Earth, and you can see your ships here over on the left side. And once you click, oh, and here we go, this is the fleet preview that it randomized. So we have a Corvette, light Corvette, heavy Corvette, and a frigate. So let's go Insurrectionist and see, let's go UNSC, Covenant again, fleet test battle. Let's pick, there we go. These are cruisers and frigates. We'll see. There we go. Destroyers. Now we'll run the battle. There's also boarding optional if the health is below 50%. You can also edit from here as well if you want a last minute change. So we'll click run battle. It'll take us to a new screen where the live battle feed plays out. Oh, wait a sec. I messed up. Here, so once you get below this, right here is the fleet versus fleet preview. Let's choose, oh, it reset it. That's okay. We'll do demo contact 5 in Epsilon Ariandi. So now that we have our fleet loaded, you can choose. So UNSC gets the first strike, or humans get the first strike, I should say, with max strikes. And you can choose which ship, and these are the names of your ships: Command 1, Cruiser 2. This is a test fleet for me, obviously. And you can choose who you want to fight first, and where your weapons want to fire first. So if you really want to take out, let's say, the destroyer in the first phase, we will have everything go to the destroyer. It's grayed out, and you can't select it if it does not have a MAC or like the next one, missile strike. So these guys are going to hit, they can't hit anything. So we'll have 3 MAC strikes on the Mercy's Keel destroyer. Next phase is going to be missiles. We're going to go through, and we're probably going to do 1 on the destroyer there. We'll go with the frigate here. This one will hit the Corvette. These guys don't have any because they have guns. And the next phase is strike craft. We only have 1 set of bombers here, so we'll send that just against this SDV Corvette. Finally, we get to the cannon round, and we have, let's go Corvette, frigate, that Corvette, and the last phase boarding, if there is boarding. You can choose which one to board. We'll probably board the destroyer, and Corvette, frigate, Corvette, destroyer, Corvette. So now that we have the target orders in, then we'll click Run Battle, and you'll see the live battle feed as it processes. This is the explanation of how it works. So max strikes are happening right now. Give it a minute. So now we can see the max strikes are happening, who they hit, how much, what the roll was, total calculations, if they hit, and how much damage they did on hit. So we can see that was the first round, or first phase, sorry. Second phase is missiles. We can see that all 3 hit and did that much damage. Next phase right here is going, this is running a little bit faster than this, so I gotta work with those. But the battle ended after the second phase because there was no more not applicable and not applicable, because we destroyed them completely. So we had no damage on our side. This one is salvageable. It means that it's at 0 but didn't completely get destroyed. These 3 were completely destroyed, and you can see damage dealt per ship. So overall, that is how this battle system works. Balance is completely going to change. Obviously, we shouldn't be wrecking in the MAC phase, but it's going to be there. And then ground editor is very similar. You can choose the image file for whatever, just like a ship, you can choose a picture for your stuff there. And then these guys are much more similar. There's just, as of right now, 4 different ground brigades, and then each of them have, I think, 2 support options or none, depending on how much like supply you want. It'll change that. So just something to consider there. You can save them here and test them out against different randomized army formats or preset ones as well. And then the battle screen is different than the combat testing screen, because this is just for GM assigned battles right here. It used to be other stuff, and I might add more down the road, but for right now it is the just GM battles here, where I have not assigned myself a battle yet, or the GM myself will build out an encounter for you to attack, and then you will go and run the battle after you set up your target order, stuff like that. So that's where that one sits right there. Repair is going to be a request for repair, or rearm, coolant refill, full service, which is everything, and you can send that, and then I will go on the GM side, approve those as they will take some turns on the board to go to the right spot. So I will say yes, and then I'll return that to you when you're done. This newest thing right here, also this is fleshed out. PvP is a feature as well. So there's a PvP where you can select yourself to be PvP ready. It's all asynchronous. So right now I'm hidden from PvP requests, but now I'm open to requests. So we can see that there are 3 eligible players total, including myself, 2 eligible opponents, and I have 2 incoming requests. So right here, I have 2 incoming requests from battles from some of our testers, and I can just click into these and open up the battle screen just like before. And then once I submit my fleet, the server will then go through the battle screen because they've already submitted their fleet. Let's see if we can go through one now. Let's see. I'm going to use this fleet, the testing fleet 3 for PvP. And oh, this is my last one. Sorry, this is loading. Oh, these are ones they haven't sent me. I apologize. These are pending ones right here. That's where I go. Okay, accept challenge and battle. I'm sorry, I'm just coming back from moving my house and my brain is completely scattered. I haven't seen this in like 4 days. So I'm gonna open the PvP battle screen. Then from here, I will submit my orders to attack, and then let's see, command 1 is going to attack. Yeah, the super carrier. Let's do that. Let's make sure everything hits super carrier. Yep, everything's gonna hit the super carrier first. Missile phase, we're gonna go after his light cruiser, and then the heavy cruiser, and then you guys are gonna hit these here. Strike craft, we're gonna just mop up. And if your target is destroyed, it'll default to the next lowest one, so you don't have to worry about it. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to default for all of these. So now I will click Submit Orders, and then he needs to then go through and do his orders. And once they're in, it'll then load up the battle, and from there, I'll see the log of who wins and who lost, and that's where this is right here. So this was no clear winner because the phases were incorrect when I first set that up. But right there, it was a tie. There was 2 ships destroyed, and that was it. So this is still in testing phase, but it's an option for PvP. This is an early alpha phase of the single player campaign. I've been testing some here. let's load this one up here, where you have to balance total control versus enemy control. Then you have to balance morale and supply, alert level, pressure from 2 different fronts, and then reports of battles that I've had. So this one I've had 1 battle. And you can repair for 5 supply and 5 morale. If you lose a ship, it costs 10 supply and 10 morale. So you kind of want to gain morale and supply up, which you can see right here. You can lose morale here if you lose the battle. You also lose ships, and then you can gain stuff here as well. And there's both ground and space battles for both of these. And for ground battles right here, it's similar. They have a much larger ground force than us, which is rough, but it is what it is. We're just going to go and do... Yeah, we're going to spread these out, shotgun them between different enemies. Then we're going to resolve the battle. This battle feed is still not working in terms of having it look the exact same. We do have the feedback one here, but the live pop-up is not popping up here, but it should, but it's not right now because it's in a different setup with the campaign versus the GM Battler and the combat testing editor. So that's one thing to fix. Again, this whole thing is early alpha, maybe beta, maybe. But overall it is it's there. So now we're going through all the rounds. Let's wait for this to wrap up. Right, we're seeing this last round here. And you'll see the details. You can know that it's not just cheating. There's a full log system set up for attack and defense. So now it's auto-saved the campaign after this battle, which is great. We can see we lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the feed is right here. I gotta move that. See, my brain totally fried. I remember that now. So here's the live feed towards the end, and it's unresolved because it wasn't a complete wipe on either side, but we did complete all 3 rounds of combat. So I need to be more decisive on this side of things. So then we'll click save and return. And now we're back in the mission. So now we've completed 3 out of 8 total missions. We're trying to again get as much morale and reduce enemy control as much as possible. So this is a very basic overview of all of this information for this. I'm going to call it a game now. It started off as an app to help support, but now it's kind of its own mini game. So any feedback would be welcome in terms of what do you guys want to see with this in the future, and how you want this to be able to look like if you were going to play the campaign, which will be a handful of players paired with a Roll20 map and setup, which is really detailed. And then if you want to just kind of mess with this yourself and make your own fleets, and again kind of role play yourself, that's totally an option as well. So feel free to give me feedback and join our Discord. It is currently using the Legends of Reach Discord. That mod is still in progress of being updated. This is a little bit easier to work with than that one, as a lot of our team is still new to Unity, so that one is still in progress. So feel free to give me feedback and let me know what you think.